Hey guys, Alec, Peirce at the ranch, and here we are back at the ranch on a beautiful July day. It's about 78 degrees. That's what is that, Kevin? That would be about 21 to 70. So it'd be about 24, 25 degrees, whatever. It's warm, nice and sunny and warm. I'm going to do a few of these videos, and for you guys, hopefully they're helpful, give you some tips, some ideas. If you also have a hobby farm or a ranch or a real farm, and then I'm going to go to the pool. You've seen my pool in some of my previous videos, but today I have a tip for you that solved the problem for me, and I did it all myself, and it didn't cost very much money at all, and it's been pretty good, and that is hitching up the hay wagon. Now let me give you a little bit of a background. First of all, this hay wagon here, which looks like a standard hay wagon, 20 feet long, 4 wheels, steerable front end and so on, removable front and back, these boards come out, is what we use to bring the hay in. We have 4 horses, we don't use much hay, about 50-55 bales of hay, as round bales, 4-foot round bales. And we don't cut the hay. I'm not a farmer. But our neighbor does that, cuts, rakes, and bales the hay for us, and then Diana and I, we take the hay and put it inside our barn. And since it's for horses, we like to keep it inside, and we use this hay wagon for that. This hay wagon will carry 11 bales. So it takes obviously roughly 5 trips from the field into the barn to do it like that. We do the whole thing in less than a day. It's great. We used to do square bales, 600 square bales by hand, 65 pounds apiece. That's why I'm such a hunk. Anyway, no, we do it round bales, so much easier. And we have a special feeder. You've seen all that stuff. Go back over my videos and look at the word hay, and you'll read all about that. But one of the ongoing things that's bugged me, because I have a little bit of a problem with my bad hip getting up and down off the tractor. One of the ongoing problems I have had with this wagon, wonderful wagon, is hitching it up. So let me explain very quickly, and you all will recognize this. Normally, this hitch sits on the ground all the time. It sits on the ground all fall, all winter, all spring, because we don't use it much. We use it for hay, mainly. So it sits, and then it gets rusty, and it sits on the ground. You got to pull it out. Anyway, it's just a nuisance. So one of the first things I did was put a hook on it so I can stand it up. I'll come back to that. But the real issue, the real problem was this. When you go to hook it up, usually you're by yourself, okay? So you've loaded the 11 bales onto the wagon. Not a problem. Now you back your tractor up to the hitch, and you drop the hitch down, and it's not exactly the right distance. So you get back on the tractor, you back up a few inches. You go to check on it, and it's not the right distance. Again, you get back on the tractor, you move ahead 2 inches. You finally you find the right spot, you drop the pin down, and you're hitched up. You get back on the tractor. That can take 1, 2, 3, 9 up and down the tractor. So I said there's got to be a better way, and there are better ways. You can actually buy hitches with automatic hitch mechanisms on them. And I looked at them and I drew little plans, and the first one I drew was fancy, had levers and springs and all kinds of neat stuff, but it was just too complicated. So I made this very simple hitch that allows you to hook it up once to your tractor and drive away. Watch, here's what I did. This box has nothing to do with it. I'm just using that to hold the hitch. Now I mentioned earlier that I put a hook on here. I put a hook so it holds the hitch up out of the grass. It's just a big, heavy, strong hook with a pin that I welded on. If you do that, just make sure it's extra strong. When the hook goes down, it clips into place, so this doesn't fall. This hitch's tongue is quite heavy, so make sure it's a strong hook. So anyway, let's lay this down and take a look at it, okay? So here we go. So first of all, to be honest with you, I rebuilt the entire tongue. The old one was not very good. So I have a 4x4, or no, it's a 3x3, whatever. It looks like a 3x3. Whatever, a square piece of tubing. And then, I think you probably know this, some of you mechanical type guys, you should know that tubing, round or square, is made in standard sizes. And if you get it seamless, you can make it so they fit inside each other, whether it's round or square. So then I got the appropriate, I think it's this 2.5-inch square tube, and that tube fits perfectly inside. So it slides back and forth. Allow me to demonstrate that it does slide back and forth. I'll take this pin out. I pull that pin out, and now you can see that the inside slides back and forth. Simple. Now, I'm not sure if I mentioned this when we did the hitch earlier, but what I did, because I don't want this to slide out and disappear or fall or anything else, but on the inside of the 3.5-inch pipe, right at the end, I put some metal all the way around. So I made a little ridge in there. And on the outside of this one, I put a similar ridge. So when you pull this out, those two ridges bump into each other. See, it stops. So this will not come out. Now I made it so that if I ever need to service this, I take the big pin out of the back, I can slide this through the other way, but I shouldn't need to. So that's the first step. There's my new tongue, simple. On the end of it, I made a new hitch for the tractor. And I made that extra strong too. Two big heavy pieces of metal you see here with the appropriate holes drilled through them and proper farm hitch. So that goes on to the drag hitch of the tractor. So what's the big deal? Well, the big deal is right here. I drilled a 3/4 inch hole. And that wasn't easy, trust me. Right down through the whole thing. Okay? And then I mounted the 3/4 inch piece of ordinary black water pipe on top. Not too long, 2.5 inches long. Welded all that together. Worked smoothly, carefully. Cleaned it all out, cleaned all the metal chips out, so the whole thing works perfectly. Now I have an extra long 3/4 inch pin, which I can just drop in there like that, you see? Simple. Now, I bring the tractor in, hook it up, and then drive away. When I get to this point, the hitch falls all the way through. If I want to put the clip on, I can, but normally I wouldn't bother. That clip's not going to go anywhere, and you drive off. So it's a single hookup. I'm going to demonstrate. I'm going to get my beautiful wife, Diana, who's actually the foreman here and tells me what to do, to bring the tractor over, and we'll show you how easy this actually is. Watch this. Once off the tractor, once back on, you drive away. That's the goal. Okay, let's see what happens. Slowly. She put the hitch on, set the pin, slowly drove away, boom, she's out of here. Once off the tractor. It's fantastic. It saved me a lot of up and down anyway, and I'm sure Diana likes it too. Simple and effective. Hope there was something in there for you guys if you're in the habit of jumping up and down 16 times to hook up your hay wagons, or any kind of wagon, I guess. Maybe there's something in there. Maybe you have a modification you can make on mine. That's how I did it anyway. Okay, talk to you soon. Alec, Peirce at the ranch. Gotta go.